All right, there we go. Awesome. Welcome to yet another cookery demo with Chef Julia Grueskin, who is going to be preparing an almond Cardamom Ladoos for you. Before we get started, we'd just like to ask you all to please turn your phones silent if you have any mobile devices here with you. And afterwards, we're going to have some tasters at the back there. But without further ado, Julia.
Hello. So I'm Julia Grueskin. I'm a plant-based chef and yoga instructor in Christchurch. And I'm going to be showing you how to make some almond cardamom ladoos. So they're sort of like bliss balls, but they're an Ayurvedic dessert. So they're somewhat sweet, and they also have a bit of spice from the cardamom. So you can use any kind of nut butter for these. So I'm, for this one, just doing peanut butter, but yeah, you could do almond butter or anything else that you like. Yeah, just measure out a cup of that. And yeah, let's see. Are you guys familiar with Ayurveda at all? Somewhat? Yeah, so it's sort of a whole philosophy that goes a lot together with yoga as well. But yeah, basically there's 3 doshas, or constitutions, Pitta, Vata, and Kapha. So they each have different qualities relating to your physical makeup as well as your personality. And yeah, basically in Ayurveda you try to cook for your dosha, and so if your dosha gets out of balance, you can use food, among other things, to help bring it back into balance. Just getting out the peanut butter. So yeah, these are a nice dessert or a snack just to have around. I've made them with kids a lot, pretty popular. Okay, that's probably good. All right. And then, yeah, we'll use a sweetener. So I brought maple syrup. You can also use agave nectar, which comes from a cactus plant. It's also quite sweet. Okay, so that's 1 cup of peanut butter or any nut butter. And then I'll do a 1/4 cup of syrup. Alright. And then we'll do 2 teaspoons of lemon essence. You can also do vanilla or another flavor that you like. But yeah, this just helps bring out the lemon flavor, since I'm also going to be putting in some lemon zest. So that gives it a bit more of the sour and bitter. So in Ayurveda, they try to have all 6 tastes within each meal. So that's sweet, sour, salty, bitter, pungent, and astringent. And then depending on your dosha, you might want a higher concentration of certain of those flavors. So yeah, so I'm just going to get the lemon zest off. I'm not actually using the lemon juice. So yeah, you can use any kind of like zester, grater. I like microplanes as well. And you just want like the dark yellow outer layer, because if you get too far to the white pit, that gets a bit too bitter. So just about half a teaspoon, but I usually just do the whole lemon. get all the zest off. And then I'll just use the lemon juice for a different time. Alright, so that should be plenty. And then we'll put in some cardamom as well. And I can pass this around if you guys want to smell it. So it's 2 teaspoons. So this is a spice that's often used in desserts, but it can also be in savory food, like in a curry. Alright, and then just a ½ teaspoon of salt. So yeah, even in desserts, usually put just a little bit of salt to help round out the flavor. Alright. We'll stir that. You might be able to start smelling the lemon and the cardamom. So this is what it looks like currently. So, oh, I got full. So I like to mix those ingredients together first to bring it all into sort of one consistency. And then I'll add in some cranberries, dried cranberries. You can also do like raisins or currants or apricots, like any kind of dried fruit. So yeah, if it's a bigger fruit, you just want to chop it up. But these cranberries should be fine as they are. So I'll mix those in so they get evenly dispersed throughout the batter. And then the last ingredient is almond flour, and that one is a bit more variable as far as how much you put in. So I think it usually ends up being about a cup, but you can do more or less depending on how like wet or dry you want your batter. And then it also might depend on the nut butter, how much liquid that already has in it. So yeah, you can find it. You can make your own with whole almonds, just grinding them up for a while in the food processor. But you can also just buy them already ground. So yeah, sometimes called almond meal or almond flour. So yeah, it's all gluten-free and vegan. The sweetness is just from the syrup or the agave. And at this point, if you want, you can treat it more like a sort of dough. So yeah, it's always better to start with a bit less flour, and then you can add more in if it's still too sticky to work with. So eventually we're going to be rolling it into little balls and then dipping it in the coconut. And you could also dip it in other things like crushed nuts, like pistachios, or you could do it in like chili powder or cocoa powder. Just all that sort of depends on what flavor you're wanting to emphasize. So that's how it is right now. So it's still a little bit sticky, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just do a little bit more flour. But yeah, the coconut also takes out some of the moisture, so you want it still to be sticky enough for the coconut to stick on when you roll it. Just getting that all evenly mixed in. Okay. So yeah, I do have some samples back there, but I'll roll some for you here as well so you can see what that looks like. So yeah, you can take, I mean, you can make them any size really, but for these I'll do about a tablespoon. So just rolling it in my hands, and it's like a ball. And then just rolling it in the coconut. Yeah. And now you have a Ladoo. Do you guys have any questions while I buy some more?
Where do you originate?
It originates from India, which is where the whole practice of Ayurveda comes from. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you could really use any nut. Yeah, do you have a kind of nut that you like to use? Not really? Okay. Yeah, no, it works really well with like almond butter or cashew butter. And then if you don't want the almond flour, yeah, you could probably try a different type of flour as well. I haven't experimented with that as much, but yeah, that should be totally fine. It just might be more or less moist, so you might need more or less of the flour. Yeah. Anything else? Yeah.
Sorry, so just to confirm, there's no actual cooking involved in that?
Yeah, so yeah, it's totally raw recipe. I mean, I guess there is cooking involved in making the peanut butter originally, but yeah, and maybe blanching the almonds to make the almond flour. But yeah, there's no actual cooking. Yeah, so this is like ready to eat. You could also like keep it in your freezer or fridge for yeah, several days in the fridge, longer in the freezer. But yeah, they're nice to have just as like a quick snack. A lot of protein and yeah, good for kids. So yeah. So yeah, I'll just keep rolling these. But yeah, there should be some in the back, or else you can try some of these up here as well. And yeah, I have business cards as well. I do cooking classes on raw foods, macrobiotics, Ayurveda, and then yeah, I do like personal chef meals, catering, cakes, yeah, and yeah, teach yoga as well.
Where do you do all of that?
So I do some privately, just like going over to people's houses, or yeah, like the cooking classes I've been doing some like at the Space Academy and the Exchange and New Brighton, yeah, trying to go around. But yeah, all of the classes I have events for on my Facebook page, and on my website has a calendar. And then anything else you can just contact me directly. And I teach yoga at the YMCA.
If someone wanted to learn about Ayurvedic, what would you recommend they get started?
Yeah, the book that I mostly used in my culinary school for Ayurveda was called Eat, Taste, Heal. So yeah, that's probably a good starting point. But yeah, there's good websites. There's like the Chopra Center has good information on their website.
Julia, can you put my question up
Oh.
so we can't hear at the back?
Yes, now that there's no more questions. Sorry, could have done that a long time ago. Yeah, I was saying if you want to learn more about Ayurveda, you can look up the book Eat, Taste, Heal, or at the Chopra Center website, or you can always contact me if you have questions. Cool. So yeah, help yourself to the Ladoos either here at the back.
Yeah, I don't have to say that twice.
Very nice. Yeah, go for it.